What is up, everybody, and welcome to World's Biggest Collectors, episode 36, the show where we bring on the biggest physical media collectors in the YouTube and social media spaces. Now with me tonight, guys, a very special guest. He is a physical media collector, a classic film enthusiast, and he has a fantastic channel called Plaid X2, Plaidx2, X-Men United. Plaid so nice they named him twice. What's up, man? How you doing tonight?
Good. I have never heard that introduction before.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to have you here. I'm a big fan of your channel. You do a lot of great stuff over there. And yeah, I'm happy to have you here tonight on World's Biggest Collectors. I once reached out to you to be on this show a while ago, or said I was interested in having you on here, and you said, I don't know if I classify as being a world's biggest collectors. I remember that. But I don't know, man. I see you bringing in some awesome stuff like every week. You're always posting haul videos. You have to have a pretty impressive collection.
Well, it's not in the thousands. It's I'm probably around 600 titles. I curate pretty heavily just because of I don't have a ton of space, so it's curated pretty heavily. But yeah, about 600 titles.
Yeah. It's a pretty good size. It's a pretty respectable size, man. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, man. World's Biggest Collectors, episode 36. How you been doing? You been doing okay?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah.
You been living all right?
Weather here has been like 80 one day and then 50 the next day, or like high 40s. So
where do you live at? That sounds like my weather.
I'm in Maryland, so almost on the coast.
Maryland. Hey, yeah. I was born in Maryland.
Oh, really?
I was born up by Washington, D.C.
No way.
I lived in Maryland for a few years, my early years until I was 4, I think.
Nice.
So yeah, that sounds like Kentucky weather. That sounds straight up like Kentucky weather. It's 50 degrees one day, 80 degrees the next, and then it's -10. And that's usually how it goes down here. But yeah, man. Happy to have you here. We have 46 people in the chat right now watching us, so I appreciate everybody that's here watching us. We'll get to the chat here in a second. This isn't Ask Us Anything, so if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them in the chat. And Plaid is an expert on classic movies. He knows everything there is to know about all the 1910s, 1920s, and 1930s films, so definitely fire those questions away. While I just sit here and act like a goofball the whole time and like I don't know anything, like an idiot, because everybody's always getting on me saying, Ken, I can't believe you haven't seen that movie. Like I should watch every single movie that's ever been made. Is that possible? Can anybody do that?
Not possible. I watched Jaws for the first time this year, so
yeah, we're going to have to talk about that because you got a lot of gaps yourself. Like you've seen a lot of classic stuff. There's a lot of stuff in that 70s, 80s time period I feel like you missed out on. But
absolutely.
Before we get started, man, I'm going to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and your channel. Let everybody know what you're all about over at Plaid X2, man. The floor is yours.
Cool. I am John, and I do have a channel and a Instagram account and under the name of Plaid X2. And it's got hauls on there. It's got some review stuff, a bunch of mix of different things. I do quite a bit of thrifting. And so it would be primarily those kinds of hauls, but everything from movies, music, and books. So yeah, that's what we got going on the channel. And then we do have a series called The Five, where I get to have conversations with other YouTubers, like Ken himself was one of the more recent ones. And so yeah, that's what I got going on with the channel.
Awesome, man. And yeah, I do have all of your links down below, your YouTube, your Instagram. I don't know if you have a TikTok or not. So I don't have that
I got
down
rid
there.
of it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing you didn't look for it then. I would have been sorely disappointed. But in addition to that, I do have that episode of The Five that I was on down in the description below too, guys. If you guys want to check it out, that is an awesome segment that you do on the channel, and I was very happy to be a part of it. Yeah, I love watching your videos, man, because whenever you start a Plaid X2 video, I'm going to sell you for a second. It just feels like you're being wrapped in this nice warm hug. And you just stay there while you're showing off your collection. And it's just so nice, and it feels good. I don't want to get weird, but it feels good to watch one of your videos. It just feels like you're in a warm embrace and you're learning about film and watching, a cool guy unveil his physical media haul. And it's nice. You always start your videos off by saying, "Hey, friends." And I feel like your friend as soon as you say that. And it makes me feel good. I just wanted to say that. But let's get into the chat. We got Tim Talkies here. He says, "This will be a great one tonight. John is a great guy with impeccable movie taste." He says you have impeccable. What do you say to that?
That's high praise.
You think you have impeccable taste?
No, I don't. I like Clifford. Is one of my favorite movies with Martin Short. So I know
the new one?
No, the one in the 80s with Martin Short.
Wait a second. I vaguely remember that. Did that have a red dog in it? Or was that just called Clifford?
No, there is Clifford, but yeah, this one has Martin Short. He's like 40 some years old, but he's playing 10. And it's weird. And I laugh so hard. It's so funny.
That movie's coming back to me. I feel like I've seen that movie.
I think Scorpion released it on Blu-ray like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like I remember watching that when I was a kid. Now that you say it, Gus is here. Says, "Hey Ken and John, what's up, Gus? Basement Blues. Tony's here. What's up, Basement Blues? What's up, Huck's Pop Culture Cafe?" Says, "Hey everyone, we got let's see, Movies with Ryan's in the house." Says, "Hey everyone, can't wait for this one. Happy to have you here, man." Let's see. I got to get through everybody chatting to each other. This is all before we went live. Man, geez, everybody was excited for Plaid to be on here tonight. They're in the chat going nuts. Holland Oates here says, "How many titles did you end up buying last night? Did John participate in the Criterion flash sale? If so, how many titles did he get? Did you get any Criterion titles, John?"
I didn't. I held off.
I know it was hard to hold off. You're a big Criterion fan.
I am a huge Criterion fan, and I think there's 13 on my list that I really, really want to pick up. But I did not participate this time. I usually do the Barnes and Noble sales each year, though.
Yeah, I did. I went ahead and did this one. I don't usually do the flash sales because they usually come at a time when I've already spent way too much money. But I've taken it pretty easy the past couple of weeks because there really hasn't been a lot coming out. Yeah. So I went ahead and splurged on it. I got 6 titles. I know I said I was going to get 7, but I didn't want to spend almost $150. I cut one off at the end. And I'll reveal that when I get him in. But I was very upset because Blood Simple I wanted, the Coen Brothers movie. And it was sold out when I was on the stream, and then it went back in stock this morning. Apparently somebody messaged me when I was on the way to the theater to see the Batman this morning. And so I wasn't going to do another order after that. So I'd already finalized my order, so I didn't get it. So I'll pick it up in July though. No big deal.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you grab though.
Yeah, I got some good stuff.
Good.
I got some good stuff I'm excited about. I'm excited about the haul. Moves Around says, "What classic black and white film would you love to see colorized?" Oh man, is that something that how do you feel about black and white film being colorized? Does that take away from it for you?
It does take away from it for me. The aesthetic. Part of the reason I love those films is the aesthetic, the black and white aesthetic. I find just super calming. And it's kind of you find my videos to be a warm hug. I find a black and white film to be a warm hug.
Yeah.
And when it
makes sense then.
Black and white, yeah. So I prefer in black and white.
Yeah, I hear you. Is there any one that you would be not as offended by if it got colorized?
I wouldn't mind seeing like The Shop Around the Corner. It's one of my favorite Jimmy Stewart films. I wouldn't mind seeing that one in color because it's a really bright film. Like it's really positive, high energy, happy. I wouldn't mind seeing that in color.
Yeah. Okay. Because they colorized It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, they did that one. It looks weird. Whenever I see something that I know is supposed to be black and white and it's colorized, it does kind of feel weird. That's a good question. Let's see. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe said, I bought 4 from the sale last night. Nice. Awesome, man. Tim Toksaki says, besides Jean Arthur, who is your favorite actress of all time, correct? He said, do you have any other actresses you wish to go for a full filmography for? So have you seen every single one of her movies?
Jean Arthur's?
Yes.
There are some that have not been released on any physical format. I'm 3 away from having everything that has been released on physical. But no, there's a handful that haven't been released. And so some of them she started in the silent era. And so there's a handful of films that potentially are lost, that we'll just never see. But yeah, I've got most of her filmography.
Maybe somebody will be able to dig them up.
That'd be awesome. I would say other than her, though, would be Audrey Hepburn. I wouldn't mind having her filmography. That's not a huge one. Or Claudette Colbert. She'd be another one that I would love to have. So,
did you get that Audrey Hepburn 11 film set? Wasn't it? I think Paramount did it.
I didn't because I have most of them. There's, I think Paris When It Sizzles. That's the only way to get it on Blu-ray, though, if you buy that set.
Yeah. I think that still the only Audrey Hepburn movie I've seen is Wait Until Dark.
Oh, did you like it?
I liked it a lot. But it feels like a weird Audrey Hepburn movie to jump in on because she has so many other movies that like My Fair Lady and Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I have the My Fair Lady 4K.
Nice.
But I still haven't watched it. I've heard it's a great 4K too, but I haven't got around to checking it out. Let's see. I watched your unboxing vid earlier. Awesome subs. I rate them 5 out of 5 skulls. Says skulls in the dishwasher. Awesome, man. That's a fun question, Ryan. How about Some Like It Hot? You think that looked good in color?
Yeah, I just recently saw that. It's very funny. Anything that's like high comedy, maybe that would be cool in color.
Yeah, I can see it. What old movie should Ken watch, and why should it be a Akira Kurosawa film? Yeah, how many Kurosawa films have you seen? I haven't seen any.
I think I own 3 or 4, maybe. Ikiru would be the one for sure. Yeah, it makes you think about mortality and your life and what
I've heard that is a Criterion, right?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. The cover is beautiful. Yeah, I'd recommend that one.
I have Ran on 4K, and I have 7 Samurai. So
I just found that one on Facebook Marketplace for $1.
That's a nice set. But I still haven't watched it. Did you buy that? Did you buy that for $1?
I got it for $1. It's not the Blu-ray, it's the DVD version, but for $1, couldn't pass it up.
Well, hell yeah, man. Who cares if it's DVD or not? I'll buy any DVD for $1. You guys have seen my Dollar Tree hauls. Susan Red says, what movie pre-1950s would you like to see on 4K that is not already?
Everything question. Charlie Chaplin.
Everything. Yeah. Do they have a Charlie Chaplin film in 4K yet?
Not that I know of. Criterion has quite a few of his films, but yeah, nothing in 4K yet.
I do want to watch more of his movies. I've only seen City Lights, and I just watched that for the first time a couple years ago, and I really, really loved it a lot. So, yeah. Let's see. This isn't a question so much as a recommendation to pick up that new Touch of Evil 4K. It's insanely good. It better be for $42.99. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I've been hearing different things about the release date on that. Like, it's supposed to come out next week, but Tim got it this week, and I think he's the only one I've seen get it this week. B and Chili says, hey, how's it going? What's up, man? What's up, 100? What's up, 20th and 21st century movies? Says howdy, Ken and John. What's up, everybody? Yeah, that was your recent episode of the 5. I watched that. I really enjoyed your all's conversation.
James is just incredibly knowledgeable on Criterion. So,
yes,
I was very quickly writing an enormous list of films to watch.
It's like him and Stephanie and you also are kind of my go-tos for like classic film recommendations.
He just did a 3-part series on his collection that is insanely impressive. His Criterion collection.
Yep, I watched part 1. I haven't got around to watching 2 and 3 yet, but I think he said he had over 500 in his collection. Stephanie said she had 500 too, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of freaking Criterions. I couldn't even imagine. I'm looking over at mine. I feel like I got a lot of Criterions. It's only like 45 or something.
Yeah, I just broke 50, so I'm not that level.
Yeah, but I'll break 50 when I get my new haul in. Let's see. Movies Around says, for John, as a Canadian, can you admit bacon is really just ham?
Yes, if you get that round Canadian bacon, then that is just ham for sure. Yeah, but we do have the regular bacon as well.
Let's see. For John, as a Canadian, just asked. That came up twice. Everyone hit that like button if you haven't already. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. What's up, 4K D Ray? He keeps calling for me to come out of retirements. Everybody wants me to come out of retirements to fight in the battles again. Maybe we'll see.
What's your record? What's the record currently?
I don't want to talk about my record. It's not very good. But anyway, it's according to them, it's 3 and what am I? Well, I don't even know how you say it. I think it's 3 and 4.
Okay.
Right? I've won 4 and I've lost 3. How do you say that?
Oh, 4 and 3.
All right, 4 and 3. I couldn't formulate that in my head.
Yes.
So 4 and 3. So I've won 4 and I've lost 3, but I think I've really only lost 2 because one of those was a triple threat match that I came in at the very end. It doesn't count. I've lost 2, won 4, but my last 4 matches, I won them all. I don't want to ruin that. Come on. Let's see. Permanent Pictures is here. What's up? Says howdy, y'all. What's up, Permanent Pictures? Patrick Coran says hello. How is it going tonight, Ken? What's up, Patrick? What's up, Adrian James? Says hey there, 4KD Ray. How's it going, buddy? Let's see. I was also born in Maryland, Lexington Park. Awesome. Only lived there for a couple of years. Hit the like button. What's up, 4K Media Guy? What's up, Solico88? What's up, Joe Joker? What's up, Ryan? Jaws. Well, now Plaidx2 can be afraid of the water like everyone else. Did that make you afraid of the water?
I don't know how to swim, so I'm already afraid of it. So I didn't need sharks to help.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, thrifting wise, John's game is on point. Some of those pallet haul items are crazy cheap. Crazy cheap.
Yeah, man. They're fun.
Yeah, you get a lot of good stuff from that. What did you? I watched your haul video today that you put out, but I forget what you got. What TV series did you get? You got a TV series.
Yeah, the Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs, and then
Community.
you got Community. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all 50 cents sealed. So pallet sales.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's good. I found some cool DVD series at Dollar Tree today.
Oh, did you really?
Some pretty cool stuff. I'll be doing a video on that soon. What's up, My Killer Podcast? Excited for this stream. Hope you all are having an amazing night so far. Love the 5. Awesome, awesome. Baldy Georgie TV says Jaws is my favorite, being an 80s born lad. Yeah. It pains me not to be able to view, hold, and see movies in the store. It's horrible that they sell you 5-grade TVs and no disc in store, but they're pushing LP, really. I don't know about that. Hello again, Mel. Clifford is a classic. I watched that as a kid. Yeah, now you maybe want to try to find Clifford and watch that.
I remember stupid, and I laughed the entire time.
Watching for the UK. Welcome, man. What guilty pleasure film would you want to get on 4K? It's a good question.
Guilty pleasure. I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure. Like Clifford would be a guilty pleasure for me. At 43, I shouldn't like that movie as much as I do.
How often do you watch Clifford?
I watch it probably 2-3 times a year.
Do you really?
It's just for me.
I'm trying to think if there's any movie like
brain,
that I do like that.
Just laugh.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And you're really selling me on Clifford right now. I don't even know how to answer the guilty pleasure thing. I don't even know if I believe in that, because if I like watching it, I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel guilty about watching anything, unless it's some kind of thing that you have to go in a back room of a store to get or something. I might feel guilty about that. Brian Goes Blue says Clifford is amazing with Martin Short and Charles Grodin. I have the DVD for you, Ken. If you need a copy, it's amazing, dude. If you have a copy, man, I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey, Ken and John and chat. What's up? Make it a blockbuster night. Caveman Movies and More. Hello, beautiful. And you too, Ken. I love you. Okay. I appreciate that. John is beautiful. I do agree. Film Connoisseur 89 says, what is one Blu-ray 4K that you don't own that is out of print that you desperately want? And how much money, how much you spend? What is your glass ceiling and physical media purchases? I mean, if it's out of print, to me, I'm not going to spend crazy money on anything. To be honest, I'm pretty cheap. So I'll go up to 40 or something if it's something I really want, but that's about it.
I would say, so one I would love to have that is out of print is How to Steal a Million. It's with Audrey Hepburn, but the prices for it, like I'll never actually pay what they're asking for it. So I would love to have that. That is like at the top of my list of out of print stuff. But,
who put it out?
Twilight Time.
Twilight Time.
Yeah.
It's with a lot of those out of print, like you have to wonder, I mean, with all these boutique studios just putting out releases like crazy, like the movies you love have to eventually at some point be put out by somebody.
And Kino's crushing it. So
yeah, like you would think. Kino's always putting out all these obscure classics that you may know, but I don't, like all the time. Like I know the big ones and stuff. Yeah. But they're always putting out like 6 or 7 titles a month on Blu-ray that I've never even heard of.
Yeah, no, me either.
So I mean, they're just they're and Warner Archive. They're doing pretty good too. Tim Toksaki says, so how do you see the vinyl collection down the road? Even just thrifting, you can add some great stuff for cheap. The vinyl bug is real. You get a lot of the vinyl records.
I found I forget the name of it. It's those, like, and then you go to like the stores, those little like suitcase record players, and they always get trashed on YouTube because they're not legit vinyl collectors would buy this. But it was $15 and it was brand new condition. So I bought it. And so I've been picking up vinyl lately and I've been keeping it at $1, like Goodwill stuff, but the stuff that I like, not just, junk. But I recently bought a Duke Ellington record for $8 was my huge spend on a vinyl record. So I'm only at like 12 records currently. So, but Tim told me it's an addiction and he's right.
So. Yeah, I've seen Tim makes me want to buy some vinyl records. I do want to get some scores and stuff for some movies. I watched the first Terminator last night for 1984 month, which is what I'm doing right now. I've seen this movie before, but I've only seen it like a couple times. I've seen T2 like literally 150 times. But I love the score in this movie, and I looked up the vinyl after I was done watching it. And it's pretty much out of print because I was seeing it for like $250 and $300, and I couldn't find like any version that was under 200.
Oh wow!
I was like, I guess I'm not getting that. But I love the score so much. Like I just been listening to it on my phone, like on repeat. So I thought maybe I'll see if it has a cool vinyl and get it just for collecting purposes. Let's see. My Killer Podcast in the house, and the house is better for it. I agree. Permanent Picture says if John had to purge his collection, what is 1 or 2 titles he would have to hang on to?
It'd be Rocky and Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
Rocky and so no Jean Arthur. Not keeping any Jean Arthur. Can't do it.
She would come in at number 3, but
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
It would be Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Is number 3.
Yeah.
That is the image, by the way, that I have in the back, right?
And it's fantastic. Yes, it's great.
I didn't even know. I just looked up a random picture, but I thought it was. I still haven't watched it. I have the freaking 4K, and I still haven't watched it. Add it to the list of all-time classics that I haven't seen. Let's see. Adrian James says, I'm doing good, 4K D-Ray. Scap says, good job with the shelving and organization of your movies, Ken. You're saying that without actually seeing it. I don't think I did a great job. My 4Ks aren't even in alphabetical order yet. I just put them up there. I got to move them around still. But I did put everything in like alphabetical order on the Blu-rays as far as like the letter, but I didn't go in depth into the letter. Like the ANs, stuff like that are all out of place. But I do have all the A's together, all the B's together, and all that stuff. So it does make it a little easier.
Are you separating out your Criterion?
So the shelf back there in the middle, both of those are my Arrows and Screen Factories and Criterions and Kinos. So all the boutique labels are in the ones in the middle, and that's like fully filled. So if I get any more, I'm going to have to extend out to somewhere else. It stresses me out so much organizing. Because I'm like, well, what happens in a couple months when I have more, and then I got to move everything over, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's all going to be a mess again in like 2 months. Metropolis, says Adrian James. Have you seen Metropolis?
No.
The Fritz Lang movie?
No.
I still haven't seen it either, but I do have the Kino. The Munsters would be great in color. Yeah, I know it's a TV show. I feel like I've seen the Munsters in color.
I think I have too.
Didn't they do like a movie or something? Like in the 70s? I think.
Know I do have the first season in black and white, but I'm not sure if. Yeah, I know I've seen it because I think even Dollar Tree released one that was like a Christmas episode that was in color and in black and white.
Yeah, I feel like I remember the Munsters being in color. I remember watching the Munsters all the time when I was a kid, but I never watched the Addams Family. I always watched the Munsters, and I watched the Addams Family movies, but I never watched like the Addams Family show.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a Munsters movie coming out. Rob Zombie is doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be great.
That's right.
I'm sure that'll be fun. Everybody will be cussing at each other, and yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be right up the Munsters alley. Rob Zombie directing them. I don't know. Hopefully, he does a good job. I've heard he's a big fan of the Munsters, so hopefully, he doesn't redneck it up and make it all dirty and disgusting. Let's see. No colorization for me. Favorite Hitchcock film that is not Psycho? It's a good question.
This is easy for me. I just saw one 2 nights ago and called I Confess, and I loved it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I saw you show that off. Is that like a DVD? Was that a Warner Archive DVD?
The DVD I have is not, but I know it does have a Blu-ray. I'm not sure. Warner Archive might have released that Blu-ray.
I do, by the way, love that you collect DVDs and you show off your DVDs and you're passionate about the DVDs. I think all physical media needs to be loved and appreciated. And the artwork on the DVDs, man, sometimes they are killer.
Absolutely.
Like compared to Blu-rays and even 4Ks. Like there'd be some awesome artwork on some of those. So yeah, I need to see that one. My favorite Hitchcock, I guess, outside of Psycho would be probably To Catch a Thief. To Catch a Thief. I really loved that when I watched it. And then I would probably go Stage Frights, that Warner Archive release I just watched. That was a good one. I love A Night to Remember, classic Criterion release, and the GOAT Titanic movie. He says, is that a good one? Have you seen that? Is that better than James Cameron's movie?
James Cameron's movie. That was the first movie my wife and I saw when we were dating. Titanic.
The 1997 Titanic or Night to Remember?
Yeah.
Leonardo?
Yeah, that was our first dating movie.
Wow. Did you guys you saw it on the first run, 1997?
Yeah.
Woo.
We started dating in 96, so.
Y'all saw Titanic. Was that a good movie? Was that a good date movie?
I didn't particularly love the film, but yeah, it was all right. It's long.
But apparently your all's heart did go on for each other when you're done watching it.
Well done.
So
nice tie-in.
It was a good movie for you guys. Would you all did the conversation come up after the movie went off if she would share the door with you at the end of the movie if you were in the water?
I'm sure we did. I'm sure we talked about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw Titanic in the theaters. What was I, 11 or 12? Somewhere around there. I remember liking the movie. But when I got it on VHS, I always popped in the second VHS tape because I liked the ship sinking part.
Oh, really?
Best. That was my favorite. I didn't want to admit at the time because I was 11 or 12 that I liked the love story, but I like that too. Let's see, John. I really want to know what your favorite Judy Garland film is. Brian Goes Blue and I have been diving into all of Judy Garland classics. Really?
I actually am not very familiar with her work. I know who she is, and I actually don't know if I have much.
So Wizard of Oz?
Any? I don't have it.
You don't have what? But you've seen Wizard of Oz?
I've seen it. Yeah, no, it's been a long, long time. Maybe when I was a kid.
Wow. Yeah. Judy, what do you got against Judy Garland? How could you?
I'm just so enamored with Jean Arthur that I don't get to these other actresses.
Did you see? Is that how you watch movies, though? Do you like try to pick apart actors and actresses, like tackle those one by one?
For me, it was Jean Arthur. I watched Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and I just was floored at how funny and commanding she was. And I was like, I got to see everything she's ever released. And so I just started buying it all up. And the same is true with like Claudette Colbert. I saw The Egg and I with Fred McMurray, and I was like, I got to see everything she's been in. So yeah, for me, it's like that with even directors, maybe, but certainly for actors and actresses.
Yeah. I like. I wish I had the, I guess, attention span to do that. I always want to. Like I like tackling movies by year. Like I'm always fascinated by like what movies came out what year. That's why I'm doing 1984 month. If I could, I would just do like all year months and just keep on doing like 1985, 1986. Because I don't know, I just love diving into a particular year and just picking apart everything that made that year tick in movies and like who was popular at the time and who was in how many movies and what year and what movies did the best, what movies did nobody see, and all that kind of stuff. But my mind's always wondering. Another, like the new flashy things come out, and I got to go off to those, and then my attention goes elsewhere, or somebody recommends a movie, and I'm like, I got to watch this tonight. So yeah.
Well, I was excited about your 1984 for this month, and so I went to the collection and went through everything, and I only have 4. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do another video to participate in this. And it's like I only got 4. So
there's a lot of great ones. There's a lot of great movies in 1984. A lot of great ones. Let's see. Baldy Georgie TV says, I only just started my collection. Wish I started sooner. What has been the one movie you have found the hardest to find for your collection?
Wow.
Let's see. One movie you have found the hardest to find for your collection. I don't know. I guess because I'm never looking for like any one particular movie, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, out of print stuff would come to mind. Those are obviously hard to find. So like maybe like I don't know, because even like some titles that I've wanted on Blu-ray, when they're released, I will pick them up. Like when Warner Archive puts them out, like The Shop Around the Corner was one of those films I wanted forever on Blu-ray, and then it finally came out that they put that out, I think, 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I found, like, I know a lot of people have a hard time finding Dogma, but I've found that twice on Facebook.
I used to have it on DVD, and I sold all my DVDs like a few years ago.
I found it twice on Blu-ray.
I found it at Goodwill.
Did you really?
And I didn't get it because I didn't know it was an out of print thing.
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention to that kind of stuff at the time. I still don't pay attention to it that much, but I feel like I know more now than I did a few years ago when I found it. But yeah, I had no idea. But it was just the DVD. It wasn't the Blu-ray or anything. But it was like a big Bible-looking DVD set. Yeah. Then you open it up and it had the Buddy Christ pamphlet in there.
Uh-huh.
It was a cool looking set. They just don't. They did a lot of cool stuff with the DVD sets back in the day.
Yeah, they did
for sure. White Heat and The Thing from Another World. Color is great to have on tape. Okay, I'll take your word for it. John, what is your opinion of Harold Lloyd? I love that guy. It says Huck's Pop Culture Cafe.
So when I mentioned to you, I have 13 films in my Criterion wish list. 2 of them are Harold Lloyd. It's The Freshman and what's the other one I have? Safety Last. So The Freshman and Safety Last are 2 Harold Lloyd. I haven't gotten into him. I've gotten into Buster Keaton, Chaplin, and Harold Lloyd's my next.
Is Harold Lloyd from that era, from the silent film era?
Yeah. And he did some really incredibly choreographed stunts. Really, really impressive. So yeah, I think he's got 4 or 5 titles in the Criterion collection. So I need to pick up on him next. Chaplin and Keaton are the 2 I have currently, but
definitely. I've never seen any Buster Keaton, but doesn't Criterion have a big set of his?
They might. I know
they might have. Somebody does. I've seen something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Caveman Movies and More says, have you guys seen the German special edition of Dune? It's 4K in a large Lexan clear case with loads of special features. I have not. Is that the new Dune or the old Dune? Have you seen either one?
No, I haven't.
New Dune or old Dune?
No.
I'll be honest with you. You're not missing much with either one.
Okay.
I mean, the first one's wacky and crazy for what it is, the David Lynch movie. But the new one, I couldn't get into it. Hey, my beautiful Mel. All right, caveman. Chill out, man. Scab says, watch The Hidden Fortress. It was a big influence on George Lucas and Star Wars.
There it is.
Bam. He brought
it. I just picked it up not long ago.
Okay. I was going to say, do you have all your Criterions readily available right next to you? Start showing them all off. I was going to show every one of them.
This is what I did, Ken, because I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. Is my collection's at home. I have horrible internet at home, so I do all my filming in my office. But I try to preemptively guess what some questions might be and to bring some titles with me.
I got
So I just happened to have that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say that the other day when you were filming. You said something about I'm going to go home later. And yeah, I didn't know you filmed away from home. I didn't know.
Yeah, I do everything in my office from work. So
do you at least live close by?
Yeah, I do. So it's not too bad.
Okay, that's nice. I hate to have to. You'd have to drive an hour to come do it live with me or something. 20th and 21st Century Movie says that My Fair Lady 4K was one of the best 4Ks from last year. Hands down, looks stunning. I know I need to check it out, man.
I need to pick that up. I have the Blu-ray, but
yeah. Let's see. I'd buy that for $1. Let's see. Life with Father is aching for a Criterion Blu-ray release, says Jeff H. I haven't seen Life with Father. Is that one pretty good?
I haven't seen it.
Right, are we ever going to get True Lies or The Fly on 4K? I don't know, man. Whenever James Cameron decides he wants to give us True Lies, he's going to give us True Lies. It might not be ever, because I heard he's not a fan of the politics or something of the film now.
Oh, really?
So it might be one that he disowns or something. I was like, you at least got to give it to somebody else to do it. We still want the movie.
Absolutely.
But I want him to do this movie, damn it. Like I said, I watched this last night. This would look so freaking good in 4K. Do it right. Do it right. As for The Fly, I don't know. I feel like Scream Factory might do The Fly. I feel like they could do The Fly. They did that Fly box set. It's possible. Susan Red said, Ken, if you ever saw City Lights, you should check out The Great Dictator from Chaplin. Yeah, I would love to own all of his movies on Criterion. Do they have like a Criterion Chaplin set? I would feel like they do.
There's not like a box set. What do they have? I think they have 7 of his films, maybe 5 or 7.
Yeah. Deadpool Fanatic says, hello, Mid-Level Media. What's up, man? You excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? I'm hyped. I didn't watch the trailer. I seen people talking about it. I got to take it one hype machine at a time. I just watched the Batman today. Everybody was freaking out over that, and I saw that today. I'm like the guy running back. Hey, I saw the Batman. It was great. No, that's old news, man. You see that Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer?
Yeah.
Damn it. Can't even be three days late. Let's see. Is the new No Way Home have no slipcover? Is the new No Way Home have no slipcover? I think it does. It should.
It's got
it
to,
should.
yeah.
But going back to the Obi-Wan, are you a fan of like do you have Disney Plus and streaming services and all that stuff? Do you watch those Star Wars shows?
I haven't seen The Mandalorian. I think I've seen like a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian. Yeah, but that's all I've seen so far.
Do you find it? You find yourself going straight to the classics more often than watching, the newer stuff?
No, I watch like the classics. The classics might be a third of my collection, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I will say with the Star Wars, I am more of a Star Trek guy. I grew up watching that with my dad. So if I had to choose between the two, that's the camp I would land in, which is unpopular, but
I'm gonna give Star Trek a fair shot one day, because it might be something where I was a kid and I just wasn't that into it. But I always found Star Trek to be incredibly boring. But I only really watched like the Next Generation, the series, with Patrick Stewart. And I feel like I watched a couple of the Next Generation movies, like Insurrection and was it Nemesis? Yeah, those are the 2 ones that came out. I haven't seen the classic ones. I have not seen Wrath of Khan. I do want to watch all the movies at some point.
See, the original show is so campy and ridiculous. It's fantastic. So that's what I grew up watching reruns with my dad. I have a huge heart for him, and you laugh a lot. It's great.
Yeah, I do want to. I want to give it a fair shot one day, because I feel like I've always been a Star Wars fan, but I feel like I'm getting at a point in my life where Star Wars just like, I just don't really care anymore. Like Star Wars is Star Wars. I love the originals.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. And everything they're coming out with now, some of it I like, some of it I don't. But I'm just not too into it anymore. So maybe I'm a little bit older and I'll appreciate Star Trek a little bit more. So I might want to get into that.
See, I love Rogue One. I thought that was fantastic.
I heard you say that. I didn't like Rogue One that much when I saw it in theaters, but it's not that I didn't like it. It was just there's parts of that one that I thought were a little too slow.
Gotcha.
I don't know. And I didn't like any of the characters. Like, to me, Star Wars is all about the characters and stuff. And
that's true.
I can't even remember one character's name in Rogue One, except for the robot, K2SO.
Oh, that's right.
He was pretty great. I liked him in there. And the Darth Vader scene at the end might be the best scene in any Star Wars movie.
It's pretty cool.
So I'll give it that. We don't want to see you come out of retirement, Kent. We just want to see you do the worm again. Dude, never again will anybody see the worm. I hurt my back for like 3 weeks when I did that. I don't know if you knew that. Did you watch that match?
I think so. But once you hit a certain age, man, you can't do that stuff.
And I did a half-ass just gyrate on the floor. And I was hurting for 3 weeks. I could barely stand. It was rough. So I won't be doing that ever again. Let's see. We watched Blood Simple on HBO Max this morning, and we loved it. Thank you so much for the recommendation. It was a first-time watch. Have you seen that movie, Plaid?
I have not, but I did just see Miller's Crossing by the Coen Brothers.
Miller's Crossing's Awesome.
I just saw that. And it was amazing. I saw it for the first time and I loved it.
Yeah, same here. Blood Simple, Miller's Crossing, Fargo, No Country for Old Men. Probably all the best Coen Brothers films. I know there's fans of Big Lebowski. I like Big Lebowski too, but I don't know if that would make my top 3 or it might make my top 5. I don't know. I like Oh Brother, We're Earthed Out too. Let's see. Sharks don't come to my house and I don't go to theirs. Marie Cordeals here says, hey, another great collector hat. Yeah. At this point, I think Ken is an android. I could be. And I'm getting closer and closer to becoming self-aware every day. Adrian James says, have you seen the Batman Plaidx2 and what did you think of it?
I haven't seen it, but the plan is to see it next week.
Do you go to the theater often?
If it's something I really, really want to see, then I'll go. But I'm the old guy who waits till it's at the end of its run, and I go when there's like 3 people in the theater. So that's what I usually do.
I feel you. I almost waited till it came to HBO Max, and after seeing it today, like I said, I liked it. I kind of wish I would have waited for it to be home.
I do want to see it.
It was a hard theater watch for me, but yeah, the Batman. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, will that be the first movie you've seen this year in the theaters?
No, I saw Spider-Man No Way Home when that came out. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Those are the last 2 I saw in theater. Yeah,
I still need to see Spider-Man. That's killing me. I bet that movie was at least fun.
It's I know people won't like this opinion probably. For me, it's the best MCU film so far.
There's a lot of people that say that. I've heard a lot of big MCU fans say it's their favorite.
And especially if you grew up, with the original Spider-Man trilogy, there's just like your emotions are like, it takes decades of your life and brings all of those emotions into one film. It's so good, man.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Let's see. Moves Around says, what's your favorite and least favorite part of doing the 5? That's a good question.
It is a good question. I don't think there's a least favorite part of it. It's a pretty easy job for me. I've asked the same 5 questions and my guests create all of the content. But
it's a great concept though. I love doing it.
My favorite part is just like I get to know, because kind of like we were talking about before we came on, like I watch so much content all the time that I feel like I know people, but to get a chance to see what films have shaped them or what films matter to them the most. So on the question, like what has impacted you, had the biggest influence on your impact, you find out sometimes about people's childhood. You find out about their hopes and dreams. You find out about their passions. I remember you talked about La La Land and the impact that had on you. So you actually find out a lot about the other human that you don't get watching haul videos and that kind of stuff. So that's my favorite part is it's a little more human, I think. So I don't think I guess my least favorite part is there has been times where I drank way too much water beforehand and my legs are like running, but I don't want to be rude and interrupt. And so, there's been a couple times that's happened, but
I get it. I get it. Martinez Joe with a super chat. Thanks so much, man. And the episode you did with him was definitely great. It was awesome. A great episode of the 5, but he says least part of doing the 5 was having me on.
Not at all. He was great. He and I are going to do a music one at some point because he's super knowledgeable in music. So,
oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Definitely hyped for that. Let me get back in this chat, man. I'm way behind. Am I behind? Hold on. Let's see. As a fellow TV on physical fan, it was always fun to see what others find in the wild. Yeah. Freddie Got Fingered 4K. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. For me, it would be Scooby-Doo 4K live action. Let's see. Hey, sexy at Hux Pop Culture Cafe. How are you? Caveman's running wild tonight. Ronan Flicks put out Clifford Blu-ray fairly recently. Just get that. Really? I didn't know they did a Blu-ray of that. Let's see. Passing through the bedded curtain for your guilty pleasure. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, everybody. This is Magic Circle. Kino for the win. Let's see. Myrna Loy is better than Gene Arthur. Ducks under the table.
Is it possible to kick him out of the chat?
We can do. Hey, if you want me to do that, I'll do it right now.
Fella.
Have Cheetah will view. You're out of here.
He's a good
man.
fella. He's
How
a good
dare
fella.
you?
I'll give it to him.
How dare you say a disparaging thing about Gene Arthur?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right here tonight with my special guest, Plaidx2. That's ridiculous, man. Get out of here. Done. Hammers Home Video says, "What's up, guys? I just got How to Steal $1 Million on DVD. I've never seen that."
He's Jeff Hammer's awesome. He's just started putting up some new content. He's got a great taste in film. So
awesome. I'll have to check out his channel. I don't think I'm subscribed. I'm always discovering people. Like every day, I feel like I discover like 5 more new physical media channels. I try to subscribe to everybody and watch everybody. It's definitely hard though. Jerry says, "Yo, what's up, Jerry?" Damn Dirty Ape says, "I pre-ordered the Mondo exclusive variant for the Batman. Pretty nice cover." Permanent Picture says, "Great choices." Tim Toksaki says, "Can you get the Terminator score for about $80 on Discogs," which is basically the eBay of vinyl records. eBay itself is always overpriced. It's still too rich for me, Tim. I was hoping for about 30 or something, maybe at most. I can't do 80. I'll just listen to it on YouTube like I do all the other music. I recommend Grandview USA for 84. That is an 84. Yeah, I do want to watch that. I've got that. I bought that from one of the Kino Lorber sales. Jamie Lee Curtis. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it, but yeah, I need to watch it. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. What are a couple of movies that have come out in the last decade that you would consider modern day classics?
Oh, wow.
It's a good question.
That is a good question. Modern day classics.
So I guess the last decade, I guess we'll go the 2010 to 2022. I guess we can go back that far.
Sheesh. Modern day classics. I mean, like I think of when I remember the first time, I know they're probably looking for a much more mature response, but I remember when Elf came out, and I remember thinking when that came out, this will be watched forever. This will be a Christmas movie that will be watched every Christmas from everyone, because it's ridiculous and it was modern, but it looked like it's a movie we've always watched.
I
so
agree.
That's hard, but I'd say that's a Christmas one for sure.
No, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice, because it absolutely is a Christmas movie that I have to watch every Christmas.
Yeah,
and it's one that just came out. Last decade, I guess it's hard to figure out like what could be considered. Does it have to be mainstream? Does it have to be a little under the radar? Mm-hmm. I love Whiplash. That was my favorite movie of the whole 2010s. So I would put Whiplash in there. I think that's hopefully over time that'll grow even more notoriety.
I'd say Heat might be considered
Heat's a great movie.
It's one that's like everybody talks about, and everyone, when you mention the film, everyone says, "Oh man, the cafe scene with De Niro and Pacino."
Yeah, that's a
shootout.
great one.
I feel like that one might be.
Yeah, that's a great one for sure. White Heat, The Thing from Another World, Colorized, not bad. I feel like I've read that comments already. Adrian James said, "I would like to get the Beatles on vinyl." eBay prices suddenly went crazy. They for sure did when the Munsters in color, says being chilly. The 2 Munsters movies, Munster Go Home was in color. Yep, 1 episode in color, but the ORG TV would be great. Greetings programs, the Secular Monk. He's in the house tonight. What's up, man? How you doing? The Munsters TV show was black and white, but later its TV movies and reboots were all in color. Watched The Sword and the Sorcerer in 1982, 4K from Shout Factory last night. Fun sword fantasy film. Was a blind buy, first time watch. Well, that's cool. I almost thought about getting that, but I didn't get it.
Really?
I didn't get it. Let's see. The Munsters was officially said to be PG today, so it won't be a standard zombie movie. Well, thank God for that. And I'm really not a zombie. I like House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
I just didn't like I didn't like what he did to my boy Michael, but it's not like people have been really kind to Michael anyway since like I don't know, 1988. They did Halloween 4. Maybe like the last great Halloween movie. So yeah. 60s Doctor Who in color. Let's see. Brando Critic, what's up, dude? Says, hey guys, what's a song you are embarrassed to admit that you love to belt out in the shower? You sing a lot in the shower?
All the time.
Do you?
And I have no embarrassment. None.
What do you belt out?
Anything.
What song? What's your go-to shower song?
I don't have go-to shower song. I listen to music all day long. Like it's on my phone playing. It's in my office playing. So it's whatever I'm listening to. But whatever will make my family laugh. Like I'll get them laughing. So I'll scream out "Since You've Been Gone," whatever, something that they feel like a 43-year-old man shouldn't be singing in the shower.
I feel it. I feel like every time I've ever sang in the shower, it was just to get a reaction out of the people that I know are listening. Well, not necessarily listening, but people that are outside the shower could hear me.
For sure.
I never do it just naturally, I guess is what I'm saying.
Always for a laugh.
Let's see. PCAP says the 4K of Vertigo is unreal. That's what 4K is about. It's a good 4K. Have you seen that movie on 4K?
I have not. I want to.
It is a good 4K. Let's see. Permanent Picture says, cautiously optimistic for Rob's Munsters. Sherry as Lily is the most predictable casting of all time, though. Yeah, I think we all knew that was coming. Titanic 97 is a good date film. Says Have Cheetah Will View. Who cried, you or your wife? Did you all cry at the end of Titanic?
No, we were dating, I would have been like 18, 19. I wasn't crying at movies at that point. Now it's like every other movie I would cry my eyes out. The older I get, the easier I cry.
Oh, I hear you, man. I was like, when I was watching The Green Mile the other night, like I had a warm blanket. It's like one of those heated blankets. It was like up to here. And I was just sitting there, like tears welling up in my eyes. Like they just kept happening all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. I'm a man, damn it.
I just watched Blue Bayou. Stephanie and Rick Down to Movie both recommended it. My wife and I were watching it. We were kind of like on the L-shaped couch, and so our backs were to each other while we're watching it. And we're both just like sobbing at the end of that film. And but I have no shame. At this point in my life, I'm a crier. I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, there's no shame. Once you reach a certain age, the shame goes out the window.
Absolutely.
But talking about crying, on a date with your wife. Me and my wife saw The Notebook, 2004, and we had only been dating for a year then. So kind of a similar situation to you in Titanic. But she cried. I had to pull over like in a parking lot somewhere.
Really?
Like we left the theater. We told the story before on our channel, but we left the theater and she would not stop crying about The Notebook. And I had to pull over to like a Walmart parking lot and just let her cry for like 30 minutes over this movie. It was insane. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't know about this girl. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, that was a rough one. I didn't think that movie was that sad at all, to be honest.
I've never seen it. I had some friends watch it when it came out, and I made fun of them so much about watching the movie. Now, out of principle, I can't watch it because I mocked them so thoroughly. So
it was just, to me, it was a sweet, happy ending. I didn't know what she was crying about. I'm sorry for spoilers for The Notebook if you haven't seen it, but it's basically, they're old and they're laying in bed and they die together. That's a nice ending to me. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. B and Chili says there was totally room on that damn door. She just didn't love him enough. I always love this scene in Bruce Almighty where he talks about Titanic. You remember that?
Yes.
It's great. I used to know it by heart, but I don't anymore. Let's see. Your thoughts on Scream 2022. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. It was a good Scream sequel. It was a 3.5 out of 5. Are you a big fan of the Scream franchise?
I saw the first one. And I don't know if I've seen anything since then, but I know I've seen the first one.
Some would say that's all you need to see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually,
I would see this one.
Some would say that you watched the best one. I like all the Scream movies. I think they're all pretty consistent and good. Like, it's one of the few horror franchises that doesn't really have like a complete dud. One that I would say, don't ever watch that. It's the worst movie ever made. Like, usually every horror franchise has that one movie. Some of them have multiple movies. But with Scream, they're all very watchable movies.
Okay.
And Scream 2022 was another very watchable Scream sequel.
All right. We'll have to check it out.
B and Chili says, no spoilers, but the boat sinks. Come on, man. I feel like if I said that like in a video, I would get 20 comments about how I spoiled something. Come on. Moves Around says, the best part of Titanic is the guy falling and hitting the propeller. The thing he made caused me to laugh out loud in the theater. And that's
good.
That is an incredible moment in the movie. I love it. Love the Thin Man movies. Mm-hmm. What's a Thin Man? Have you seen the Thin Man?
Yeah, I have the first 4. Tim from Tim Talks Talkies just sent me the first one on Blu-ray. So, yeah.
I've seen Thinner, Stephen King's Thinner.
I have not seen that one.
It's a good one. Ava Gardner, she was stunning in Mogambo in The Killers. Don't even think I said that right. You seen that one?
I've got The Killers. If he's saying that's 2 different films, The Killers on Criterion, I do have coming from the Video Game Movie Dome this month. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. I completely agree. I think Vertigo, Rear Window, Psycho, and The Birds all look outstanding in 4K. Excellent releases. Yeah, I'm excited to get more Hitchcock in 4K this year. What about the Rays? What about Rays the Titanic? No, that's not a good date movie. I haven't seen Rays the Titanic.
Either.
Great book, however. Watched Titanic 30 times in the theaters. Damn. I mean, it literally was in the theaters for like, wasn't it in the theaters for like a year and a half or something, I think?
Yeah, because it was the highest grossing film for a long time.
Like, it just kept going. Like, it never stopped. And then it got re-released, I think, back in 2012. Was it 2012?
Oh,
I think it was like the 25th anniversary or something. 30 times, man. Jeez Louise. That's a lot. My Killer Podcast says, what are some of your favorite vinyls?
Again, I'm brand new to this. I only have, maybe 12. So Duke Ellington, I paid the whopping $8 for, is probably my favorite that I currently have. I found, I do like jazz. I found Band on the Run, some good Paul McCartney. I found that the other day. I feel
like your taste in music is just a little more refined than mine is.
So only for records, man. For vinyl, I like old stuff. For like listening on my phone or in CDs and stuff, it's everything. But I'm like a 90s guy. So like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Pumpkins, Rage Against the Machine. That's like my go-to.
Oh, I love Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. Basically, I don't listen to anything that was made after the 2000s. But I'd say my sweet spot for music is probably like 80s and 90s. I listen to a lot of 80s. Like if I'm at work, like I'm usually on the radio, just putting it on like an 80s pop list, listening to like some Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna. I dig Madonna. I like Madonna a lot. That kind of stuff. Let's see. Anthony's Horror More. Let's hope next box set is just as good, but they have picked better titles. 1984 was a year that 2 well-known British comedians died, Tommy Cooper and Eric Morecambe. Well, I did not know that. Criterion should release the Three Stooges. There are a few Three Stooges releases, though, aren't there?
I've found loads of like DVDs and stuff. I find all the time. I don't get into the Three Stooges as much, but I do find loads of DVDs of those guys.
Yeah. Secular Monk says, please forgive Ken Villeneuve's Dune as a masterpiece. Coming from the same guy that sent me a Rubber.
I saw that unboxing today. I watched that unboxing.
You sent me Rubber. You're saying Dune's a masterpiece. Come on. Jonathan, do you have Footloose? You can stream Footloose on Showtime on cable satellite or Prime. If it's on Prime, I can do it. I don't have Showtime, and I really don't want to pay $5 to get it because I already went through the free trial.
Okay.
Have you seen Footloose?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah, 80s is a big gap for you.
Huge gap. Yeah.
Is it still, or are you working through it? Are you trying to work through some 80s?
If I find something, if I'm thrifting and I find something, a Blu-ray, I'll pick it up. Like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I've just watched that for the first time a few months ago. And I found that at Goodwill on Blu-ray and I loved it. So I'm open to it. Yeah. But I'm probably not going to actively pursue it.
Yeah. There's tons of movies in the 80s I haven't seen. And that's probably my favorite decade for movies.
Okay.
I would say just because it's nostalgic. There's a lot of my favorite movies are in the 80s. But 90s definitely has a lot of great movies too. And I I'm trying to work my way back through some of the other decades and stuff as well. Bringing Out the Dead needs a Criterion 4K.
Absolutely.
That's is that Martin Scorsese?
It is. Nicolas Cage, Scorsese, John Goodman.
Okay, I'll watch that. That's wasn't that 1999? I think
so. Yeah.
I think it was 99. Yeah, where he's the ambulance driver.
Yeah.
Yep. I just watched that last year. I like that movie.
Yeah.
Being Chile says, as a kid, our local movie theater would hold kids days where for a cheap price, you could spend all day watching movies. They often played B&W oldies and serials with Keystone Cops type movies. Real fun.
That's cool.
That sounds pretty cool. I wasn't sure about your first line in the sentence where they said they would hold kids. I was like, oh, that sounds very, very dark and disturbing. Let's see. Universal Monsters 4K box set is amazing what they did with that restoration. I think so too. Those were great. Have you seen all the Universal classic monster movies?
I've seen them on Blu-ray. I haven't seen them on 4K.
Yeah, the ones they have released looked pretty damn good.
Yeah,
pretty damn good. James Cameron needs to stop filming the 35 Avatar sequels before he can supervise any additional release of his movies. Yeah, man. I don't know about James Cameron, man. He's making that Avatar his legacy. Like that's what he's going out on. Like he's gonna make all 10 of those movies, and he's gonna drop the mic. And he's gonna forget about old True Lies coming out on 4K, because who cares about 4K restorations when you're making film history? You know, he's fucking James Cameron. He can do whatever he wants. Jeez Louise. Have Cheeto Review says Jonathan needs more IFC films in his collection.
He tells me that all the time.
IFC, that's a lot of independent horror.
Yeah. There's
some good ones with the IFC, but there's also a lot of ones I wouldn't recommend.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. John, I'm also into Star Trek camp. Lots of stuff to like in that universe.
Yeah. The Picard, the new Picard thing is really great. I watched the first season.
I've heard that Star Trek fans really like that one, right? That one's not that divisive, right?
No, it's pretty great.
I feel like I haven't heard bad things about it. Agreed, Star Trek over Star Wars. I enjoy the exploration aspect of Star Trek, and I enjoy the characters more. Yeah. Thanks God for Jon Favreau. I was done with Star Wars movies, but John gave life to it. Yeah, The Mandalorian is great. It really is.
I need to watch it.
Really is. I'm with you guys, Tim and Jonathan. Rogue One is my Star Wars. Brando Critic asks, is there a VHS that you don't have in your collection but will love to add it for nostalgia collecting purposes? I would love to find a copy of The Rocketeer on VHS to display in my videos. That'd be cool. I just need to get The Rocketeer general on some form of physical. Pretty sure it has a Blu-ray somewhere.
I have the first, fourth, and fifth Rocky on VHS, so I need to finish that out. I'd like to have all 5 with not the re-released artwork, but the original artwork. So those are the VHS.
Didn't they have like they were all like red, right?
Yeah,
they were like in a box set. I feel like I saw that somewhere recently. I should have bought it, but I didn't.
Yeah, so I'd like the original covers on those, the posters. Yeah, that's what I'd like to have.
I was in VHS collecting mode a couple, I would say like 2 or 3 years ago. I was trying to snatch up some VHS, just some cool ones that I saw that were in decent condition. I haven't done it for a while, but I got a lot of cool ones. I got like a Dracula VHS. It had really cool artwork on it. As far as one I would want, I'd like a really like pristine Back to the Future. I feel like every copy of that I find is all tore up. Which makes sense as a popular movie, so I'm sure people played it a lot. And I like to find like Psycho or something.
That's cool.
VHS tape of that. But I did find a really cool. I'll show this to you real quick. I found this cool Vertigo VHS tape, and it opens up. And it has a little booklet on the inside.
I've never seen that before.
It's like a digibook VHS
That's
tape.
Wild.
I found this at a thrifting store pretty close to my house, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not rewound though, so I don't know if the animal had this before, but I love that Vertigo poster.
It's great.
I scooped that up, and that's one of the only VHS tapes that's still in my background. I used to have more back there, but I think I just have the Vertigo and the shiny one.
That's
I have a couple on my shelf back there.
I've got Batman 1989. I found a great condition Batman 1989.
I still have that. And my grandfather, I guess I got it from his collection because he used to put his name on every, like those little like name tag stickers on every VHS tape. And it's got his name on it. So, I mean, he's long since passed away. So it's like, I got a little memory of him on my Batman 89 VHS.
That's cool.
Let's see. I grew up on Star Trek, The Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine. I think the new shows and movies try to make Star Trek too much like Star Wars. I feel like I've heard that with Discovery, maybe.
Okay.
Susan Red said, I'm the same, John. I wait until the end of a film's run to see it in the cinemas. Awesome. Or, I mean, you can go to a movie. Like I went at 10:50 today, and there's only like maybe 15 people in there.
Oh, that's good.
Do you try going to the movies? Like, well, you probably work, in the daytime. But if you go to the movie like 10:30 in the morning, that's when I used to go every Tuesday. Early bird special. This is before the pandemic, though. I don't feel like they do shows that early most of the time. And then it would cost me like $6, and there would only be 2 people in the theater.
Yeah, I love those theater experiences.
Yeah, because it was, even though there wasn't that many people in the theater today, there was this guy like 2 seats over. I'm gonna call him out right now if you're watching. But he had like his car keys in his hands. He just kept jiggling them. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Sit still."
Wow,
damn it. My warm hugs are Casablanca 1943 and Rebecca 1940. Wings, Silent 1927 is also a favorite because it casts a very young Gary Cooper. I have Wings. Cool. I have Wings on Blu-ray. I bought it because it was the first Best Picture winner.
No way. That's apparently cool. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I have it. It has cool artwork on it too. Yes, on Spider-Man, cried and laughed.
Yeah, it was good.
Mid-Level Media's Hookup live stream. Myra Loy is pretty darn great. Hey, no, super excited today. I don't know about Myra Loy, but Audrey is the best. All in good fun, though. Love them all.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Nichols?
Mr. Nichols. He's a good fella.
Thiago Riff says, hey, guys, greetings from Brazil. Why do you think DVDs still sell so well since the image doesn't look as good on 4K TVs? I don't know. Why are you still into buying DVDs?
I'll buy DVDs if there is no Blu-ray of it, or if I want it as a placeholder. If the Blu-ray is really expensive currently, I'll buy the DVD of it. I don't buy anything new. Like if a new film comes out, a modern film, I won't. But I think DVDs sell because they're kind of like they are the equalizer of like they're more affordable. So people in general can all see the new MCU film at a cheaper price than the new 4K coming out on. So yeah, I think it's just it makes it more accessible for the larger populace, I guess.
There's a lot of people that aren't like in this collecting world and talking about all the latest and greatest new releases that just want to own the movies on physical, and they'll just go to the Walmart and they'll be like, oh, DVD, that's still good, right?
Absolutely.
And they'll buy DVDs.
And you're right. Like I have one. It's a Cary Grant film. I forget the name of it. And I have it on DVD, and I think the artwork is better than the Blu-ray. And part of me kind of wants to keep my DVD because the artwork's just so much more interesting. So yeah, I do have quite a few DVDs, and
and like Walmart will still release exclusive DVD covers, stuff like that. So they're still like doing things for new DVDs.
Yep.
And currently, I think DVDs makes up like 50 or 55% of the market still. So it's still like over half people are still buying DVDs.
Yeah.
And I think it's because like a lot of the younger crowd that would care a lot about the quality and stuff, or into like those newer like high tech, gadgets and all that stuff, are more into streaming and getting their stuff digitally. Yeah. So they don't really care about buying physical, so they don't really factor into the equation. Yeah. And I don't know.
And even like I think like my parents' generation, they would all go for the DVD. Like they would have no interest in 4K upgrading to those kinds of things. So
I mean, your site goes at a certain point anyway. So what do you care about?
It's all blurry anyway.
It doesn't matter. And it's just so much work to try to figure out, well, I'm gonna buy the 4K, but now I got to get a 4K player and I got to get a 4K TV and I got to, figure out what goes together and all this stuff and what's the best 4K player. And most people just don't want to fool with that. Yeah. Especially if they only buy like maybe 6 DVDs a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just waiting for Heat on 4K already. It'd be nice if it come out at some point. Jeff, you should totally see Mr. Blandings from Myra Loy flick. It's great. I haven't seen it. What do you think about all this Myra Loy love in the chat?
There's a lot. That's the film I was thinking of. Mr. Blandings builds his dream house. That has better artwork than the Blu-ray. But Tim has told me the Blu-ray is beautiful, so I will definitely upgrade it. But
hey everyone, how's it going? What's up, Chandler? How you doing, man? I'll try to check it out, Tim. Caveman said I wanted to recommend My Bodyguard from my childhood for 84 a month, but it's from 1980 with Matt Dillon and unknown Adam Baldwin. He was great in Chuck and Firefly. Okay, I can't watch it, man, if it's in 1980. Can't do it. There's a lot of great movies in 1980 though too. That's another killer year. Jeff H says, hi, back at you, My Killer Podcast. Hi, Cam, Plaidx2. Want to know if you are interested in collect a scale model of any monster, mine, Frankenstein, and Michael Myers. Do you collect any figurines?
Nothing like high quality. I do have a handful of Funko Pops, and Frankenstein's monster is one of them. I have multiple editions of the book, multiple editions of the film. I love Frankenstein, so that would be mine if I did get one.
Yeah, I love collecting the. I try to, because if I go crazy with the Funkos, I'll just buy everything.
Yeah, me too.
So I try to only buy like horror Funko Pops.
That's cool.
So the only ones that I really want. So any cool horror one I see, I'll get. Like Hot Topic had a Leatherface one from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was like an exclusive, and it was literally the first time I'd stepped foot in a Hot Topic in like 15 years. I felt so out of place, but I was in there to get the Leatherface. That's hilarious. And that was it. And I'll probably never go back unless they do another one. I'm Jeff H2, so I was confused for a moment. Okay. That's okay, man. You don't have to be confused. I need to get Ken on the rudderless train. I already got Tim and Bimbuster to buy it since my 5. Rudderless, I've actually heard about that movie several times. Is it on Blu-ray? And who's in that movie? Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I highly, highly recommend it. I found it at Big Lots on DVD.
I think I found it there too. But when I looked at the cover, I was like, is this it? Is this the thing everybody's talking about? Because the cover is not really that interesting. Does it got Billy Crudup in it?
Billy Crudup's in it, yeah. Anton
okay,
Yelkin.
So that's the right one.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll order it. Because I've actually heard a lot of good things from multiple people about that movie.
Yeah, it's so good. If you go on Rotten Tomatoes, which is whatever, I don't think they're right all the time, but they don't rank it very highly, don't give it a great score, but it's outstanding. I've watched it multiple times, and yeah.
Is it like a drama?
Yeah, it's a drama, but it's great. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully my copy will arrive soon, Ryan. We need to get 4K for The Nice Guys, criminally underrated movie. Nice Guys is awesome. Have you seen The Nice Guys?
No,
with Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
that you would love that movie. You would love it. It's like a LA Confidential type movie. You've seen that movie, right? Mm-hmm. It has that kind of same feel and vibe, like an LA noir type feel. I think it's set in the 70s also, but it's also kind of like a buddy cop, and it's very comedic. And Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe have great chemistry together in that movie too. Cool. It's a really good movie. got a good aesthetic to it, 70s LA aesthetic. Titanic is a horror film, says Skulls in the Dishwasher. Yeah, you can consider it that. Marley and Me, to this day, I am pissed at my kids for making me see that movie, and they are in late 20s, broke my heart. That's another one that my wife cried endlessly when we finished watching it. I don't think I've seen it since. The women and children get to leave, and the men have to stay behind.
We're really on the Titanic kick tonight.
That's how it was. You bring out all the Titanic fans. Don't know what it is.
I don't own it in my collection. I haven't seen it since 97.
My favorite line in that whole movie comes from Billy Zane. I have a child. Is that so good? My Killer Podcast says doing good. Love all the Scream films. First is certainly the best, though. Yep. Cool. Pretty much anything Pixar makes me cry. Yeah, they're pretty good at that too. Modern day classics for me would be Joker, Mad Max Fury Road, Logan, Get Out, and Train to Busan. Those are all great ones, man. I completely agree with Get Out. I feel like Get Out's going to be one of those movies like Psycho. Yeah. I feel like it's going to hold up over time.
For sure.
I feel like there's been like some pushback against it, like being overrated in the past couple of years, but I don't think it's overrated at all.
No, it's fantastic.
That's one of the reasons why I think Jordan Peele is going to have a hell of a time in his career, because everybody's going to always compare his movies to that first one. I mean, think if Hitchcock started with Psycho, like he would never be able to live up to that again. I mean, he had his Psycho, and that was his first movie. So he's going to have a tough go of it. But because I think Us is a good horror movie, but some people thought it was a step down.
I haven't seen that.
It's a good one, but it's not like as groundbreaking as Get Out is. It's just more of like a straightforward horror movie with some weird sci-fi twist in it. Okay. If you could only pick up one of these upcoming boutique titles, which would it be? Werewolf in London 4K, RoboCop 4K, or Wild Things 4K? Oh man, I really don't have a good version of RoboCop. I just have a Blu-ray that I got at the Dollar Tree. I found that at the Dollar Tree. So I would probably say RoboCop on 4K, because I'm pretty satisfied with the original American Werewolf in London Blu-ray transfer. So if I can only pick up one, I'll get RoboCop in 4K.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
Ooh, you got to watch RoboCop, man. Oh, you got to watch that. You would love that movie. American Werewolf in London is legitimately one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Really?
That is a legitimate monster movie classic. You've got to watch that one. Yeah, that is a great movie. It's that movie I think is better than RoboCop, but RoboCop's a classic too. Wild Things, I'm gonna get it. It looks like a really cool release. I don't need to see Kevin Bacon schlong in 4K.
Gotcha.
I'm good. I don't need to see it. Not over the other two, which I would consider to be classics. Ben Grimm says, I remember talking to a younger person and them complaining that Titanic was so predictable, like they had no idea it was based on a true story. So predictable.
That's amazing.
Had no idea that it's about a real boat that sank.
It's amazing.
Come on, man. Everybody has you have all this access to all this information from the past, and you don't know that Titanic was a boat that sank. There are 6 Thin Man movies on Blu-ray, all available on Warner Archives. Awesome.
Nice.
Found the Thin Man collection on DVD sealed for $5.
Mr. Nichols finds gold.
Move out to California, man. He's always finding good shit out there.
He finds gold like on a weekly basis.
I'll be watching his TikToks and videos, and he'd be like, "Oh, I just found this. It's worth $150." It's like I found 6 copies of it.
It's amazing what he finds
in somebody's box on their driveway, like buried underneath a bunch of other movies.
It's incredible.
Like, damn, dude. Hey, but he puts the work in. That's a lot of work going out there to all those places and doing that. I'm sure there's many times he goes out and doesn't find hardly anything. Back then, Titanic was like herpes. It never goes away. Thank you for that. Yeah. That is a steal, Mr. Nichols. What's your favorite movie car?
Movie car.
Movie car. Just because it's nostalgic, and I mean, I just saw the Batman today, but I gotta say the original, or not the original Batmobile, but the 1989 Batmobile from Batman '89. That's off the top of my head.
I'd have to, yeah, I don't.
Or the Ghostbusters Ecto one.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah,
I think I'd have to go Batman because I grew up reading the comics. But Ghostbusters is, yeah, that's cool. I think I got to go Batman. Yeah,
Batman, the '89 one.
I had
That's
all
such
of the
a cool
collector's
card.
cards. Topps put out the collector's card set. I had all of those, and yeah, I'd go with that.
I love that Batmobile. I always loved how when he stopped and all the armor would go over it. I just thought that was super cool. I hate the Batmobile in the Dark Knight movies. I love the movies, but it's like this big freaking tumbler tank. I don't like that at all. I want it to be a car. Don't mock rubber till you see it, Ken. It's absurdist dream. I need to watch Rubber. Have you heard of Rubber? A movie with a killer tire?
I've seen the trailer and I've seen it out but I've never watched it.
Yeah. Ken, do you have any plans to upgrade your audio setup to DTS or Atmos, which would give you an opportunity to speak to this audio quality? Yeah, at some point, man, I do. That's just it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to go for that. Do you have the Atmos setup and
no.
all that stuff? Yeah, I definitely have plans to. My next, because I got more space in this room, I think I'm gonna put a TV in here, so I might maybe put a sound system in here, but it's not going to be probably a very big one or a very expensive one at first. My dog Skip kicks my ass at the end every time. What about a movie quote that you repeat the most in real life?
Probably Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. My wife and I love that film. So it would be a Dumb and Dumber quote, but that one comes to mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I don't even know if I could think of one off the top of my head. I say Samsonite a lot. That's what I say. I was way off.
That's good.
Maybe I say I was way off a lot.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen Eddie Van Halen perform Eruption? Also, have you heard or seen anything from his son Wolfgang Van Halen? Highly recommend his tribute video, Distance. I have not seen Eddie Van Halen. Are you saying live or just perform it in general? I mean, I've seen the music video for Eruption.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him perform it live. No.
No, me either.
No. I wish I could go back and watch all the John Hughes movies again for the first time. Yeah. He's got some go. What other John Hughes movies have you not seen?
It would be easier maybe to say what ones I have seen.
He's only got 8 that he's actually directed, I think. Now, there's a bunch that he wrote. I mean, he wrote Home Alone.
Okay.
But I think he only directed 8. There's a couple I haven't seen, but I think I've seen most of them.
Uncle Buck is his. I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen Uncle Buck. I've seen Weird Science, 16 Candles. One of those he didn't. Did he direct 16 Candles? It's either 16 Candles or Pretty in Pink. He did not direct one of those. And I don't know which one it is.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's his too, yeah?
Yes, he directed that one. I've seen that.
Okay.
One. Just watched that for the first time, actually.
So I've seen those 3. Yeah.
So you got to watch Weird Science.
Okay.
That's a good one. You've seen The Breakfast Club, right? Was that in there?
No, I haven't seen
it.
I know.
You're in for a treat with that one. That's a great movie. Yeah, grab that Criterion. Grab that one in July. It's a good one. Let's see. Brandall, keep an eye out for that Rocketeer VHS. Bad IFC Films reported Jonathan is the best. Really enjoying this. Awesome, man. Creep Show in a puffy clamshell. Damn, you had the movie in a clamshell? That's pretty cool. I'll keep an eye out for that BT Back to the Future VHS. I have Psycho VHS. Hit me up, Ken. How much you charging, Mr. Nichols, man? I ain't paying $150. I know how you charge, man. There's something fun about having the ring on VHS. I don't know if I had that on VHS or not. I think that was one of the first DVDs I ever bought, actually, because that one came out in 2002. So I was buying DVDs at that time, but I know they still did VHSs. Anthony, thinking of organizing collection by year, can do genres within that year. Seems like a good strategy. Can create tabs too that stick out with the year on it. I wanted to do that because, like I said, I like, watching movies by year and stuff. I'm always thinking about movies by what year they came out. That's like the first thing I think about when I think of any movie. If you throw a movie at me, I'm thinking about what year it came out.
Cool.
So, I wanted to do that. I don't know. That'd have been, I don't know.
I'd love to do it. I have like my Rocky set is like it's 6 films in one. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that bums me out is they're not truly all in the right order. And that would annoy me every time I looked at my collection, I think.
Yeah.
But I would love to organize by year.
Yeah, because there were a couple of times where I think like the Planet of the Apes, the new Planet of the Apes trilogy, like I put all those together in like P. I didn't go by Rise and War and all that. So I did try to keep franchises together that didn't start with the same letter when I did alphabetical. All our theaters are only evening now. Yeah, man, that sucks. That sucks. My cinemas open up at 11:30 a.m. every day, so early morning viewings aren't an option for me, Ken. Yeah, they weren't for me either for a little bit, and then they were again. I guess because the Batman came out, maybe they were opening up a little bit earlier. But mine wasn't open until like noon, and I have to travel like 30 minutes to get to the theater. That's another thing. Like I'm not really close to. I used to have one right down the street, 5 minutes away. It was a smaller theater, and it got closed down during the pandemic.
Oh wow!
So I don't have that theater no more. James Cameron movies have to buy on DVD since the rat buy passes Blu-ray. Yeah, lots of hate for him. LOL. Hey, dude, what's up, Eugene? Clark Gable. I love The American Psycho. It's a good movie. Have you seen that one?
American Psycho? No.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a tough watch, but it's pretty good. It's actually more of a comedy though than a horror film.
Oh, really?
I find myself consistently laughing through that movie most of the time. For movie fans, Comcast Infinity subscribers, they're doing a free movie week. HBO Max, Star, Showtimes, and others, plus some of their TV series are free as well. Watching Power 6 Force tonight. All right. Just wanted to say hi, John. It's Adam from Honeoye Lake.
Honeoye Lake. He's a good fella.
Awesome.
He's actually been in a handful of like he's been in a Sandler film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's the one with Mike?
Is he in Jack and Jill?
No. The Zohan. Yeah. And what's the one? I've never seen it. I've only seen the clip that he's in. Michael Cera is in it. Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill.
This Is the End?
No. It was
Superbad?
Yeah, Superbad. He was in that as well. Yeah. Okay. He's a good fella.
Superbad. You haven't seen Superbad?
No.
Oh, I know, man. Dude, write that down. Write that down. Watch that movie like immediately. You'll love that movie.
I saw the scene Adam was in, but
no, you will love that movie. Trust me. B and Chili said, I ordered The Rocketeer on Blue from the UK. It's an all region and wasn't too spendy. I have RoboCop on Arrow. Are you guys looking forward to The Apartment 1964K from Kino next week? The Billy Wilder film. Yes, I've got that pre-ordered, so I will be getting that one in. That'll be a first-time watch. I haven't seen The Apartment.
I've never seen it either, but I love Billy Wilder stuff, everything I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Be Kind, Rewind, You Animals. Freaking earbuds keep finding me to get new earplugs. Secular Muck says, I can't get into the new Star Trek. It just isn't the same as the older content. New Star Trek is more Star Wars than Star Trek. Yeah. I'm going to bed now, so I can take care of yourself, everyone. Thank you for being here, Adrian. Appreciate it. Favorite movie car, the Bond car that turned into a sub. Awesome. Night, Adrian James. Mine is Christine. Christine's a great one. That's a great one. Have you seen Christine?
No.
Who directed? John Carpenter. John Carpenter,
Okay.
Stephen King adaptation. It's the only time they collaborated together on a movie. And yeah, it's about a killer car. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. Steve McQueen's 68 Mustang GT and Bullet.
That's a good pick.
Speed racer car. Favorite, yeah, TV show, but nice anyway. Most underrated actor working today, for me, it's Ben Foster. Ben Foster's pretty great. Yeah, who would you say?
Underrated?
Working today.
I don't know if he's underrated. I like Michael Shannon. He's just, I wouldn't say he's underrated. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody knows who he is, but he's not super mainstream.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
he pops up in so many movies, though.
Yeah,
he really does.
And I find him to be like infinitely interesting to watch.
And like in 2003, because I just watched Bad Boys 2 a couple of weeks ago, he pops up in the beginning as some random Ku Klux Klan member. And so like he went from that to like all these prestigious award-winning films. Like I feel like every year he's in.
Yeah, like I would like, Pottersville. Have you seen that?
No, I ain't seen that. I've heard people say good things about the movie. Take Shelter. I think I've been wanting to see that one.
99 Homes with Andrew Garfield.
I think I found 2 copies of that on Blu-ray at the Dollar Tree.
That's an unbelievable film.
Yeah. But John, I had to say it just because you're here, but the most underrated actor working today is got to be Bruce Willis.
I was no joke. I was going to, because I have no cool collection here because I fill in my office, I was going to print off a poster and put it behind me, an Apex poster.
I've had people start to give me pushback about the Apex thing. They say it's run its course. I just can't help myself sometimes.
I laugh literally every single time. So for me, it has not run its course. So
yeah, I feel like I have to dial back on it just a little bit, but it's still going to pop up every now and then. I think it's funny because there are people that keep DMing me like Bruce Willis films. Like, are you going to review the latest Bruce Willis film and all this stuff? Are you going to start reviewing all Bruce Willis films? I'm like, no. It's like Apex is lightning in a bottle. It's special. There will not be any other Apex. I can't just start reviewing every Bruce Willis film that comes out. That's not gonna be my thing. I will not be the Bruce Willis straight to DVD guy. Only Apex. That's it.
I will say, if I ever find that thing in the $1 to $3 range, without a doubt, I'll be buying it.
What? It's worth it, dude. This is like $15 right now. It's worth it. Totally worth it. No, I'm just joking. Don't buy it. It's trash. My car movie is Christine. Christine's a great one. It's a great one. He didn't direct Pretty in Pink. That's the one. Yeah, because there was one that I was like, I thought my whole life he directed, and he didn't direct. Favorite movie car is Bond's Aston Martin. It's a good one. Keep your eye out for Near Dark and Fright Night 2 on DVD or Blu-ray. Worth good money. Surprised the hell out of me when I thrifted them. I'm hoping Near Dark gets a 4K this year. I've been hearing rumors about it. I've never seen that movie.
No, me either.
I haven't even seen the original Fright Night, so I don't know about Fright Night 2 yet. I have the Rocketeer on vinyl. Found it at Goodwill and thought it was a vinyl soundtrack. Still pretty cool.
Cool.
Awesome. I have the Rocketeer on Laserdisc. Oh, okay. Okay. I've got the Mighty Ducks on Laserdisc. That's the only Laserdisc I got, and I found that at a Goodwill. Totally agree. I organized my Blu-rays by year. Well, I feel like I asked, because I did like a poll on how I should organize, I think, on my community tab. Most people said alphabetical, and I got several comments that said don't do by year. And they gave me a reason why I shouldn't. And maybe it was what you said about franchises being all
okay.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be a cool way to organize, but I also feel like my collection, maybe when it gets bigger, I'll do it that way.
I think it'd be really cool because you get to see like the literal evolution of film in front of you.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, because right now, I don't feel like I have enough classics. When I get more films from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, it'll be more worth it to me to do that. Then I can have like a 30 shelf, 40 shelf.
Killer.
Be pretty cool. You're Killing Me, Smalls, The Sandlot. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Since it's James Cameron late night, can he release his movies on 4K with extended cut? FYI, T2 still pissed that I fell for that last Steelbook. It's a great looking Steelbook though, man. It's a good one. I yell out freedom when I successfully take out the trash.
That's good.
Worst and best movie theater experiences.
Oh, the best, I saw The Dark Knight 3 times in IMAX, and I've never gone to see a movie more than once in theater. And I saw it just back to back to back, week after week. And the worst was Batman Begins. At the moment where the Scarecrow, their face starts to change and everything, the power went out. And some teenager with a flashlight came in and said, everybody's got to go home. So that would be my worst experience.
I have a similar situation with the worst. I was watching 300. I think it was 2007. And somebody, I don't know if they had a heart attack or what, but somebody went down up in the front and they had to shut the movie off and putting it out on a stretcher. So I didn't get to finish 300. I had to get it on DVD. So how dare that guy? I'm just joking.
If you're watching,
I have no idea what happened to him. That's the worst part. They just got carried out, and I don't know what it was. They could have just fainted. Maybe they were dehydrated or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'd say that because I didn't get to finish the movie. But also, I've got another story happened recently. I wanted to go see the movie yesterday. Have you ever seen
the Beatles?
That movie, the Beatles?
Yeah.
It was a pretty good movie and experience up until the last 15 minutes. They shut the movie off on me. I guess they thought nobody was in there.
Oh, jeez.
And it was in my small theater down the road. So like I would go up there some nights during the summer and there would be like maybe 2 people in the parking lot going to see a movie. So I guess they thought everybody was gone from the movie. I don't know what happened, but they shut the movie off the last 15 minutes and I go out and I'm looking for somebody everywhere. I can't find anybody. And the lights in the lobby are off and everything. I'm like, did everybody just leave me in the theater by myself? I'm sure they did. I'm sure somebody was in the back because I saw a light on, but I was like, I don't know. I didn't go and start yelling and stuff. Hey, or nothing like that. I was just like, all right, whatever. I'll go home. I was like, by that point it was already late and I wanted to go home. But yeah, so I had to buy it on Blu-ray and then I watched the ending when I bought it on Blu-ray. So
I love that film.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. I like the movie a lot. So I'll say those two. And the best, I don't know, there's a lot of great theater experiences. Infinity War was a pretty good one. That ending like took my breath away. It was a stunning ending. And Bohemian Rhapsody was like watching a concert.
Wow.
I love that film. And I think it was because of the theatrical experience why I loved it so much. And then going back to when I was a kid, I'd say Jurassic Park, being like 7 or 8 and seeing those dinosaurs on the screen. And that was an amazing theater experience. Do any of you own any live concerts on Blu-ray? I feel like I talked about this with somebody else recently. I don't really, I don't really own any live concerts. Do you have any live concerts?
Yeah, I used to, Oasis and the Foo Fighters. I've had some of their stuff on Blu-ray, some of their live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My worst theater experience was midnight showing of Godzilla and King of the Monsters, where there were little kids talking throughout and some dude down the row put his stinky feet up on the reclining seats. Yeah, I haven't had anything like that. I've had people being loud.
Yeah. I had another bad one for me. It was, remember when Dumb and Dumber 2 came out?
Yeah. So I imagine that being horrible.
Well, it was awful, but what made it worse was, and it was perfect though, because it's Dumb and Dumber, is my brothers told me he was going to get the tickets for us. And there was like 8, 9 of us who were going to go because I love the first one. And he bought it.
Was there any part of you that thought that movie might be as good as the first one?
No, but there's just like so much nostalgia seeing Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey together. But my brother, when he ordered them, because the screen, when you pick like front row, back row, he's like, oh, I'm picking the back row so we can just enjoy it. Well, he ended up picking the whole front row for all of us. So all of us were like heads cranked back to watch a horrible movie. And so we did laugh a lot because it was like, what better movie than Dumb and Dumber 2 for us to pick completely the wrong seats. And so anyway,
back when I was going to the theater a lot a couple of years ago, I became one of those weirdos that wanted to sit not in the front row, but I want to be like second or third to the front. I just felt like that made up for a more immersive experience. So I would be up there in the reclining seats with the theater up in my face. And I loved it because nobody was ever up there. And I was always by myself. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I got used to it. But then I took my son to see Uncharted a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And I tried sitting up in the front with him. And I was like, this isn't working like it was a couple of years ago. I don't know why. This wasn't working for me. So we ended up moving back.
We laughed a lot being in the front row, so it ended up being a good time.
At least you had some form of entertainment
Since the movie
besides the movie. That was a mess. I remember the trailers being pretty funny though for it.
Yeah.
The car chase in the French Connection was performed with no city permits and involved a crash with another driver and several mortified pedestrians. Ken is at a Fright Rags H2O t-shirt. I love it. No, this is a Cavity Colors. Cavity Colors Halloween H2O. Have you seen Halloween H2O?
I've only seen the original Halloween, and that was in October.
Yeah. Well, I would recommend watching Halloween 2, the 1981 Halloween 2 movie, because it picks up right where Halloween left off. I love that movie. And then watch Halloween 4. And honestly, after that, man, I can't really recommend any of the other ones. Maybe the 2018 one. Maybe. But I don't know. I like some of the other ones, but I can't recommend them to you watching for the first time because I don't feel like they'll hold up. Let's see. I just watched the new Scream movie. Awesome. Yeah, I heard it came out on Paramount. Ben Foster is nuts in Alpha Dog. Great actor. He's great in Hell or High Water. I love him and Chris Pine in that movie. You seen that movie?
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Matt Wilson said, "What's up, Plaidx2? Apex." Moves Ryan's marking out over that. American Psycho, great soundtrack. Michael Shannon was awesome in General Zod and Man of Steel. He was really awesome in that movie. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other really good Michael Shannon. He was good in The Shape of Water. I didn't love that movie, but I thought he was really good in it. Good villainous character. If you have never seen the car chase in Ronin, what are you doing with your life? You should stop what you're doing now and find a way to watch it. I wish I would have got that when it was on sale for like $5.
That's how Joe Martinez told me about it. That's why I have the Arrow edition of it. It's such a great film. Yeah, the car chase is awesome.
I have to watch it. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I still need to watch it. Man of Steel is one of the best superhero movies ever. I agree. I love Man of Steel. It is. I wasn't even a big Superman fan before I watched that movie. And I've still only seen bits and pieces of Superman 2, and I've never seen the original. With Christopher Reeve. So I have to go back and watch those two. I hear that the third and fourth one aren't that great, so I don't know if I need to watch those. But yeah, Man of Steel made me a Superman fan. I love Henry Cavill. Ronin is a great movie.
Yeah.
Apex for the win. We really need a 4K scan of Watchmen. I'm really surprised they haven't done that, to be honest. Apex Forever. That'd be a great third installment. I think I still got this. Hold on. My Apex logo right there.
That's
just for you. I saw everybody making they're the Batmans, their names in the Batmans. And I was like, the only thing I could think of, I have to do Apex. Put that up. It's forever tied to this channel. If you need a DVD copy of Apex, I got one. It says Be in Chile. There you go, man.
Wow.
Send it your way. It's like gold, man. The Orville is more Star Trek than new Star Trek. I haven't seen the Orville. Isn't that like a comedy?
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane, I think, does that show.
Yeah, so would that be like Star Trek? I don't know. 300 must be cursed. Me and my 6 friends almost got in a fight with the dude who wouldn't get off his phone most of the way through. Damn. You almost got in a fight. Worst theater experience was Darkest Hour. A guy started snoring right in the middle of the climax. I had that happen today with the guy that was jangling his keys. I'm pretty sure he fell asleep during the movie too, because I think he had a beer and it was like 10:50 in the morning or 11:30. No judgment, if you want to drink in the morning, it's fine. But I think he passed out because I think the movie was slower than he thought it would be. And I heard that you can just tell when somebody's sleeping.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see. Jurassic Park was awesome in the theater. Watched it in a theater balcony that was so full. When someone got up and moved it, swayed a bit, scary and cool. Awesome stuff. We need more Orville now in our life, Secular Monk. Shannon was good in Bug, really creepy. Have you seen Bug?
No, I haven't.
I feel like Bug is maybe the first movie I ever saw Michael Shannon in, and I think it's William Friedkin, the movie, so the same director as The Exorcist. That's a wild movie. Him and Ashley Judd, I think, are in. Michael Shannon in Premium Rush. I haven't seen that, but I got that at the Dollar Tree.
It's great.
What's the color of the boathouse at Hereford? What's Hereford?
I don't know.
What boathouse? Apex 2 starring Stone Cold Steve Austin would be good. Michael says, bye, Ken. Bye, Michael. Appreciate you being here, Michael. But yeah, guys, we are approaching the ends. Cool. We're at the 10-hour and 50-minute mark. Plaid, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, we got about 10 more minutes. So if you guys have any last-minute questions, start firing them. Start firing them away, and I'll let you get out of here and drive home, because I know you're not home right now. You're not in your comfort place. You have to go home. You have to slap on some Gene Arthur and hopefully fall asleep into a nice slumber for the night. But I do have a couple questions to ask you before we get off of here. What is your favorite genre to collect for? What'd you say? I know you're a classic film lover.
Yeah.
But is there a particular genre within the classics that you love?
It'd be screwball comedies. Yeah.
Okay.
Within that genre.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's like a little bit of romance, but just, goofy comedy within it. So screwball comedies for sure.
Do you miss good comedies?
Yeah. I think the 90s is where I think comedies were fantastic in the 90s. Since then, it's been, okay.
I will stick up for 2000s comedies. I think that the mid 2000s is one of the best periods for comedies. And that may just be me because I was in my 20s. I was just proud to love all that stuff. But a 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Superbad, all those movies during that time I love. Role Models, Harold Kumar Go to White Castle, Anchorman, Dodgeball, so many great ones during that time period. Old School, love them all. What would you? I know you said you got 11 titles in your cart, but what are your top 3 wish lists for Criterions? Because I know you're a big Criterion fan.
Yeah, one actually I learned about from talking with James from 20th and 21st. He told me about the what is it, the Apu trilogy? Yeah, the Apu trilogy, and that one would be at the top of my list. I didn't know about that, so it's 3-film box set. That would be high for me. The Harold Lloyd stuff, Miracle from Milan. That's one of the new ones coming out, and it's an Italian film.
Oh
that would be up
that's
there.
a nice cover too, if that's I remember correctly.
Yeah, so I'd say the Apu trilogy, that one, and Gilda. Gilda is always Rita Hayworth. She's always on the edge of my list. So if I get 5 films, she's number 6. If I go to pick up 3 films, she's number 4. Eventually, I got to pick up Gilda. So,
yeah, good answers, man. I'm really looking forward to that the Flight of the Phoenix release this month, because I know that's a later James Stewart movie.
Yeah,
and I've never seen it. I've seen the remake. I think wasn't Dennis Quaid in that one?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so. I remember that one, but I haven't seen the original, so I'm excited for that. So I know you go thrifting a lot. You're finding a lot of good stuff on the pallet deals and the Dollar Trees, and you're finding freaking. What'd you find you found a Criterion at a Dollar Tree, correct?
No, Arthur did. Yeah, he found the Magnificent Ambersons. He found 2 copies at his Dollar Tree.
I was like, I never find stuff like that. No. What is going on?
No, yeah. So he found 2 copies, and he traded one with me. So I was super thankful for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are some of your best thrifting finds, would you say?
I found a really cool box set of the original Star Trek films and then the prequels. That each of them has this like art pages, and it's this hard box set. I found that for $2 at a Goodwill, and it was in brand new condition. So that would be one. I found a handful of films that would be out of print. I did find one IFC film. I forget the name of it. And that was an out of print film. I found a few Criterion films on DVD. Yeah. Le Samurai was probably my favorite Criterion film that I found at a Goodwill. So it was $2. I eventually upgraded it to Blu-ray, but I found what is it? What's that film? Tom Hanks did it. It's the military. It was a miniseries. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I can't think. I'm kind of
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, yeah.
So I found that on Blu-ray.
There was 2 of them. Wasn't it Band of Brothers and there was something else?
Yeah, they did a second one. So Band of Brothers I found for $2. Yeah.
Yeah, I found 2 Criterions like at a peddler's mall, and I was so excited that day. And then after that, it's like you think you're going to start finding good stuff everywhere. So you start going out more. I never found anything like that again. I found like Don't Look Now, which is like a horror film from the 70s. And then I found Bottle Rocket on DVD.
No way.
So I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to start finding Criterions. I'm going to have to start thrifting more. And I never found anything else. But yeah, those are some good ones, man. Those are good ones. We'll jump back into the chat before I let you go. And let's see. Show off your Ronin edition. And what do you think was in the briefcase? It said Caveman Movies and More.
Ronin edition. Yeah, and it's the Arrow release. So it's got the similar art, but I believe it's got so it's got the reversible artwork in there.
Arrow, I'm telling you, they deal with more like cult, like horror type movies. So I don't know if you'd be into all the Arrow titles, but Arrow does, I think, just as good work as Criterion does.
Yeah, I mean, it's got.
I would put them on the same playing field.
It comes with a booklet. The disc art is fantastic.
Yeah,
yeah.
And when they do their big bulky box sets, like it's top notch. Like nobody does physical media releases like Arrow. They're my personal favorite.
Yeah, everything about this release. This is the only Arrow title I own, and I was incredibly impressed by it.
Yeah, Arrow's fantastic. Gus says, that's why I hate going to the movie theater. Rude and inconsiderate people. I'd rather use the ticket money to get the physical release and watch it at home comfortably. Yeah, I can't say I blame you, man. I find myself, I'm getting older and I'm getting grumpier, and I just don't want to go out and interact with people as much, I guess. And it's just such a experience for me. Like I have to drive 30 minutes away to go to the theater. And it's like, I don't really have time to do that. You know, me and my wife can find a window while the kids are in school, but we have to be back to pick them up. If we want to go out at night, we have to find a babysitter. And usually the babysitters we find are our parents, and they don't want to watch the kids any longer in like 3 or 4 hours. So that's hardly any time to go out and see a movie either. So yeah, it just doesn't happen a lot unless it's during the day. So it was like a time crunch to go see the Batman today. We got there at 10:50, and as soon as we got out of there, we shot the review in the car in the school parking lot, waiting for our son to get out of school. So yeah, which is, I like doing that kind of stuff. It's a line from Ronin. What's in the brief? Is that like what's in the box? What's in the briefcase? What's in the briefcase? Great stream, guys. Love all the good recs. Well, awesome. Thank you for being here, My Killer Podcast. De Niro says it to Sean Bean. Sean Bean's in that movie. I bet he dies. I already know it. First Michael Shannon movie I saw him in was Bad Boys 2. Question: what is your top 5 4K with Dolby Atmos track? See, I don't, I don't have the Dolby Atmos, so I can't give you a top 5 4K with Dolby Atmos track.
I feel like I'm letting you down.
I can give you a top 5 4K, but not with Dolby Atmos. Thanks so much for driving out for this stream. We'll seek you out, Plaidx2. Yeah, guys, the links are down below. Subscribe to Plaid's channel. Follow him on Instagram and all that good stuff. You put out great content, man. I love watching your stuff. What's one movie that you love that would never be made today? For me, it's Tropic Thunder. It's so weird that that's a movie that would never be made today, because it literally feels like it just came out. Like, it's only 14 years old, but yeah, I guess it doesn't age the best in some very sensitive aspects nowadays.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of 90s comedies. Like, even if you watch some of like even like SNL stuff. And then there's a lot of those SNL films that came out in the 90s. There's a lot of jokes in there that you probably couldn't do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. One movie that I was shocked while I was watching, I was like, damn, I was like, these jokes are going for it. They're pretty bad. It was Waiting with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, because there's like a whole plot line in that movie where he's trying to have sex with a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, a lot of these movies do not stand up.
And he's
anymore.
like waiting for her to turn 18.
Yeah,
which at least he, was kind enough to do that.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff doesn't age well.
But yeah, I was watching. I was like, holy shit! I was like, you couldn't make it like that, but like that nowadays.
No.
Thanks to Ken's Criterion's flash sale heads up last night. I'm now Criterion Blu-ray complete. Awesome, nice. Jeff. Great stream, gents. Thank you. 5 out of 5 skulls. That's a good rating. It's a good rating. Love the stream. Got a Joe. Permanent Picture says just subbed to Plaid. Great stream, guys. Thank you so much, Permanent Pictures. They have a great channel as well. That husband and wife, they collect movies. I enjoy watching their stuff. R&D Studios. Revenge of the Nerds would never be made today with the same jokes and script. I just watched that for the first time last week. I didn't think that movie was that bad. I mean, there was definitely some bad stuff in it, but I kind of felt like the girls in that movie deserved it because they were kind of set up to be villains, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know. I didn't think that. I can see where, it might rub some people the wrong way. But great stream, Ken and John. Later, good night. Blazing Saddles. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Bought Rebecca Criterion Blu-ray. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah. So with that, man, we're done. We're at the 2-hour mark. I appreciate you being here so much tonight, man. Definitely, guys, subscribe to Plaid. You're very knowledgeable in the classic film realm, and you have an awesome collection of just very interesting titles. I like how you're into the old classic stuff because I'm finding the newer movies more and more boring by the day. So I'm always interested in learning about classic film, and I feel like I learn something every time I watch one of your videos. So I appreciate you for that, man. But appreciate you being here, and I'll give you one more chance to promote yourself and your channel. Let everybody know what you're all about before we get out of here. The floor is yours again, man.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Ken. I do appreciate you having me on, and it was genuinely a ton of fun and some good laughs. Again, my channel is Plaidx2 on YouTube and on Instagram, and just movies, music, and books, primarily movies, but talk about the other two a bit as well. And the 5 is probably one of my favorite things I'm doing lately because I just get to have great conversations with other creators and collectors. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Awesome, man. Yeah, guys, I can't recommend Plaidx2 channel enough. Definitely subscribe to him. The link's down below. Follow him on Instagram, all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here tonight. Thanks everybody in the chat. We had some great questions tonight, so I definitely appreciate that. Comments. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, what are we at now? 55 likes. God, I haven't been on them tonight. I feel like that's why it's 55 likes. Come on, guys. We got to get that up to at least 70. Like the stream if you haven't liked it yet, for goodness sake. But appreciate everybody being here tonight. Appreciate everybody's support, and we will see you guys later.